From Paulsboro High School, Comcast Cable Channel 5 presents high school wrestling. Tonight it's the South Jersey Group 1 final. The Bears of Delran and the Red Raiders of Paulsboro. With John Vogeding, I'm John Mondelli. And Vogue, we have a great night of wrestling, and then we're starting off in an interesting weight class, 119.
Starting off at 119 pounds, which means if records hold true to form, Delran should have some kind of a lead early in this match. Not maybe after the first two weights, but then their power comes in from 130 pounds through 152 pounds.
Yeah, and that'll be the key for Paulsboro to knock one of those middleweights out for Delran and sort of, give them clear sailing once they get into the upper weights.
Yeah, all adds up to an interesting evening. Delran has yet to lose this year. They've had a couple of close matches, but they have not lost.
And I did not see who had choice, Vogue. But Paulsboro sending out the first wrestler, which obviously was going to be Wartenberger anyway. 119, Eddie Wartenberger for Paulsboro. Zach DeYoung, a sophomore for Delran.
Zach DeYoung, the sophomore with 9 wins, 19 losses this year. Eddie Wartenberger, a senior with a marvelous career coming to near a close. 26-5 this year, 104-31 in his career. Last year, first in the district, second in the region.
And Vogue, we talked about this before the match. Paulsboro's got to pick up some big bonus points in these first couple weight classes. Not that they're the underdog in this match, but just to take a little pressure off the middleweights.
It'll take some pressure off the middleweights. If they can score a fall or a tech fall in these first two bouts, it'll mean a lot for the guys following them in the lineup.
Of course, Paulsboro coming off an impressive quarterfinal match against Haddonfield. Now, we talked about that earlier this week, Vogue, but they beat Haddonfield a couple weeks ago, but shutting them out, impressive fashion.
No question, 70-0 is a very impressive win. And of course, Paul Marina, the veteran coach from Paulsboro, usually has his wrestlers peaking at this time of the season. Paul Marina, by the way, his team is ranked 3rd in the Star Ledger, 2nd in the Courier Post, is 438-20-4 in his 22nd year as the head coach. That may seem like a very impressive number, but Dennis Smith, the head coach from Delran, the only head coach in that school's history, his team is 27-0 this year, giving him 492 career wins, 140 losses and 5 ties. He's in his 32nd year as head coach.
Wartenberger with a 2-0 lead and has DeYoung in a lot of trouble, Vogue.
All he's got to do is stretch it out. Oh, my. Oh, my. .123, the time of the fall.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
We talked about bonus points and Wartenberger right out of the bat.
I was going to say a very impressive start, but a very meaningful start out there on the mat. That was Tom Reynolds, the official in charge of that last bout. This is Ron Roberts in charge of this one with Reynolds as the assistant in this bout.
Here's the sophomore, Ben Sweezy, 19-9 for Delran. Nico Lopez, the senior for Paulsboro.
Nico Lopez with 27 wins, 4 losses this year. More importantly, 98 career wins going into this bout. He was first in the district last year and got the Outstanding Wrestler Award and was 3rd in Region 8 last year.
And we talked about him being a master on his feet, trying to get the takedown early, and he'll get one. It's 2-0.
Nice back ankle trip, gets the takedown.
Here's the pin, Vogue. Set it up for us.
He's going to step right through here. He's got the near side cradle. He's going to step right through, step over, and once he steps over, if he stretches the man out and lifts his head, he's going to get a fall. And it came shortly after that move to put the man on his back. There are already 3 wrestlers in Paulsboro's starting lineup this year. Heavyweight Demetrius Hester, 215-pounder Alex Silvestro, and 119-pounder Eddie Wartenberger, who already have cleared the 100-win plateau. And Nico Lopez is on the doorstep. Gives the intentional escape.
Back in on the leg and gets another takedown. 4-1 lead, 1 minute and 5 seconds left, period number 1.
He likes that fireman's carry dump and has been very successful at it for much of the year. Going to cut his man loose again.
We'll go back to the center with 56 seconds left, period number 1. 4-1 lead for Nico Lopez.
Should be, oh, they didn't.
4-2, I'm sorry. They didn't give him the escape.
Didn't give him the escape.
Right.
cut him loose, but evidently he was still close enough.
There it is. Now it's 4-2.
Yeah, now it is 4-2.
Of course, Vogt, if you let him up, you got to take him down.
Right, and you got to be very careful. You can't get sloppy out there because this wrestler, Ben Sweezy, is the brother of Jake Sweezy, who's one of the most winningest wrestlers on the Delran team this year. So you can't do any sloppy moves out there. Lopez trying to use the speed.
Right. Free up that arm. He gets it, trying to grab him with that leg.
If he grabs the ankle and spins around, he can knock him out of his face like that and get the takedown. That's 3 takedowns and a 6-2 lead with 15 seconds left in the opening period.
Lopez has been on a roll, Vogt, since the Delsey match. Has one loss since then. That was against Phil Grassi.
In the first one.
First period over, 6-2 lead.
And of course, we weren't there for that match. And I'm told that there's one of the assistant coaches from Delran, and to his right in the bright yellow top, gold top, is Dennis Smith, who's the only coach in the school's history.
There you see him, 32nd year. Over 900 wins between these two coaches.
Amazing, amazing. And of course, Dennis Smith is second only to the fabled Ralph Ross in South Jersey history. Nice Granby roll by Nico Lopez to come out and get the escape. Sweezy does not give up, goes right after his man.
Of course, our two officials, Vogt, we've seen a lot. There's Paul Marina, 438 wins. You talked about it. 22 years, Vogt. It doesn't seem like it.
Seems like only yesterday he was in the state finals wrestling for Bob Frederick.
Another takedown for Lopez, 9-2.
Someone's got blood. Someone has blood. Blood time, green.
Yeah, blood time, Vogt. Talk about our officials tonight.
Ron Roberts, a former outstanding wrestler at Buna High School, now in the state police. In fact, as he runs the state police academy. Just talking to him the other night at Kingsway, he had that match. You see Paul Marina and Dean Duca attending to Nico. And of course the other official, Tom Reynolds, a veteran, I think you'll see him in District 29 this year.
And matter of fact, Reynolds, we saw Sunday at that Tri-County Championships.
One of 6 officials that worked that. Of course, the trainer for Paulsboro is Chris Metzger,
we got to clean some up on the mat.
who usually will attend to blood cleanup on the mat and attend to wrestlers from either side.
6-0 lead, Paulsboro, early on.
And Lopez with a 9-2 lead when this blood timeout occurred. Of course, from here, the winning team goes to the Rataco Center in Toms River on Sunday, where the state championships will be held. At 10 o'clock in the morning, you'll see semifinals in groups 2 and 3. At 12:30, semifinals in groups 1 and 4. And then they'll come back at 3 o'clock with 3 mats on the floor for the state finals in groups 2, 3, and Procule A. And at 6 o'clock, groups 1, 4, and Procule B. That's at the Rataco Center.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Trenton. I loved it at Trenton, Vogt.
I thought Trenton was a better venue, but Trenton cost a mite more than the Rataco Center.
Yeah, Vogt, haven't seen Lopez this is his 4th year on top. How is he?
Well, when he wants to keep a man down, I think he's pretty good at keeping a man down. His strength, obviously, is on his feet.
Right.
Has 4 takedowns already in this match. So if Sweezy turns out to be somebody pretty tough to turn over for back points, you might see Lopez cutting him loose and going after takedowns. Taking a wrestler, your opponent down, sometimes is tougher than it looks because they're out there to keep from getting taken down, and just like on the bottom, they're out there to keep from getting turned over.
We're going to let him go now, Vogt. 9-3.
37 seconds to go when he cut him loose. Needs at least one more takedown in this period.
Right in on that leg.
And a
Trips him
back
up.
heel trip again.
11-3.
Now he should hold him down the rest of the period. There's only 20 seconds left. And he has at least 4 points right now for his team with an 11-3 major advantage.
And the period's going to end. 11-3 lead for Nico Lopez. We go to the third. Of course, the strong part of Delran's lineup coming up next, starting with Andrew Carthen, who's 29-2.
We have another blood timeout, this time for Nico Lopez. Of course, no team other than Paulsboro has ever won a South Jersey Group 1 sectional championship.
There we see the breakdown votes. 7 seniors in this lineup for Delran, 1 junior, 4 sophomores, 2 freshmen. And this is obviously assuming that the lineups are going to go as we have them. Some changes, and these might shift around. Paulsboro 8, 2, 3, and 1. But
very interesting. A good nucleus coming back for both teams. Obviously, with that lineup that was just flashed on the screen, Delran with 7 returning letter winners next year, 7 starters, I should say, and Paulsboro with 6 starters. And there's been some other wrestlers who have gotten some mat time this year who'll be returning.
Combined record of their the records, if you combine the records, 283 and 77 for Delran, 284 and 67, very close. Of course, Delran, the only undefeated team in South Jersey. Had 1 close match against Cinnaminson, 31-31. I think that might have been like an 8-6 split, and they win on the tiebreaker, right?
Go on a tiebreaker. You see Chris Metzger out there tallying off the opposing wrestler. If you give visible blood on the body, it has to be cleaned off before the wrestling can continue.
Okay, here we go, start the period. It'll be interesting to see how long Lopez stays on top or decides to let Sweezy go.
Yeah, he's got to be careful in what he does, because if he does let him go, right now he has 14 points. If he lets him go, then he's going to have to at least take him down one more time to retain that 4-point edge. And you see the escape by Sweezy.
Of course, Sweezy's going to have to go after Lopez too, because he doesn't want to take a chance at getting called for stalling, because that 1 point will cost him also.
Absolutely.
So he'll have to stay aggressive. Whoa, there they go.
Blood time, blood time.
Lopez says he's okay. Gets up. He's ready to go again. Oh, no, he's not. Paul Marina taking a look.
Paul Marina and Dean Duca.
Okay, good.
Out there. Injury time is cut off. Now,
Here we go.
Lopez says be careful, because if that was charged injury time, the next time that Lopez would ask for injury time, Delran would get choice of position.
Lopez needs a takedown. He has an 11-4 lead. Get that extra team point.
And he's got to be careful. Sweezy has got that duck under figured out, so a lot of times you can block the arms, trap the arms, and flip your man down and get back points out of it.
And how about that move by Lopez,
Great
folks?
move.
Stole the 2 on the line. Never gave up.
Now it's a 9-point lead, so again, he can afford to give an escape and still have major points, major decision points. But I'm sure he's out there trying to get 5 or 6 points.
Right. I think
Easier
now
said
you try
than
and work.
done.
I think now is when you try and get some back points and get the guy on his back.
Of course, what the official is looking for out there from the bottom man, is he making any kind of attempt to get to his feet? If he bellies down, he can be called for a stalling warning. If Lopez on top does not work for any kind of a fall, he can get called for a
Warning on Delran.
There's a warning on the Delran wrestler.
20 seconds left. 13-4 Lopez.
Yeah, you don't want to ride parallel. You ride parallel, that's when you get called for stalling when you're in the offensive position. 17 seconds to go.
And with no stall warnings on Lopez, if he gets in trouble, it just cuts his man. He can run out the last 17 seconds, folks. Once again, almost off the mat. 13 seconds.
Well, Tom Reynolds doing a good job of getting over there by the basketball floor, try and protect the wrestler from landing on the hardwood.
Got to watch when he brings him down. He did it right, but he's got to watch. 5 seconds. Lopez is going to win this one, 13-4, 13-5. 4 more points for Paulsboro. They have a 10-0 lead after the first 2 weights. Now this is where Delran votes us to pick up some big bonus points and steal something later on down the road.
Well, you're coming into Delran's strength now in the middle weights, and that's where Paulsboro has struggled this year in the middle.
First change, I thought, okay, we got Brandon Samuels and Andrew Carthen votes, 130.
Brandon Samuels at 130 pounds is 16-11 this year, much improved over last year where he only had 1 win and 17 career wins. Andrew Carthen, a senior, 29-2 this year, first in the district last year.
And I'll tell you what, Votes, Carthen with only 2 losses, some quality losses. Maloney, pretty good wrestler who beat Lopez this year, pinned Lopez, and his other loss to Malonis at Jefferson, one of the top wrestlers in the state of New Jersey.
Right. Lost to Malonis by major decision. Lost to Mark Maloney of Eastern 4-2.
Matter of fact, Malonis is ranked number 1 at 130 pounds in the Star Ledger.
The impressive thing about Brandon Samuels this year is that he has improved immeasurably since last year. This is going to do nothing but help him, this experience in the postseason. There's a wrestler who, if he wants to take the road of trying to go for self-improvement in the offseason, he could be a factor next year.
No points yet. Sold out gym at Paulsboro, 10-0 Paulsboro. It's the 3rd match of the evening. You look across the way, Vodes, where Paulsboro comes in. 2 old-time wrestling officials, Joe Henry and Howie O'Neill, enjoying the match.
Interested observers this evening.
Dean Sizemore straight across from us. You can see him in the blue shirt.
And he's the president of the officials chapter in South Jersey.
All the media is
Southern
here.
chapter.
The Inquirer, Philadelphia Inquirer, deciding to cover this match, the only match they're covering. They decided to come here, sent Mark Narducci.
There's Kevin Callahan here from the Courier. Who'd you see from the Times?
Bill Evans here.
Bill Evans from the Gloucester County Times.
Bill Evans does a great job covering wrestling for the Times all year, for the last several years. No score. Well, Samuels is going to have to take some shots, though. I mean, play it smart. He's the underdog in this match, obviously, Vodes, but
Paulsboro again with a phenomenal 27 consecutive South Jersey Group 1 championships.
no points. They go out of bounds, 18 seconds left. Still scoreless. And there's the shot by Carthen. Is he going to get the takedown? He does. He'll have a 2-0 lead.
And he got that with just over 10 seconds to go in the period. And how often have we talked about not giving up late points?
Of course, here's where Paulsboro is going to try to avoid giving up a lot of bonus points.
Delran wrestler taking the down or defensive position. Wants to get to his feet, trying to establish wrist control.
Sam is going to let him go, Vogue, if he doesn't get to take him down. There he goes, he gets him down.
Yeah.
So I
think that's a little bit of a fallacy that if you don't take him down within 5 seconds, you're automatically going to get called for a stalling warning.
What is the rule, though?
The rule is if the man's on his feet, you have to make a legitimate attempt to take him back to the mat. So if the man is trying to flee on the bottom and you're following him, you have to get the opportunity.
Let's listen in. Well, we're not going to listen in because Roberts has the mic.
I think Dennis Smith was probably questioning the hold that Samuels used to get his man back to the mat and wanted to know if there was any locking of hands when they hit the mat. Potentially dangerous.
1:36 left.
It's not fair to penalize the top wrestler if the bottom man is running all over the mat and you're trying to get to a position where you can trip him to take him down. And when he stops stationary like that, now you have to do something to try and get him to the mat.
There's a reversal. It's 4-0.
You see, that's a poor attempt to take your man down in that situation, because you don't want to lift him and bring him right straight back down to the mat where he can get his legs free and up and do some kind of a move, which Carthen did that time. Too experienced for Samuels. Carthen again pulling the wrist back through the middle and trying to lift this man so he can slip a half in. Slip a half in, it's pretty easy to turn a guy over that way. Not many seats left here tonight.
No, every seat's taken. It gets people standing up behind the benches, between the benches. Carthen's got to get up off the mat. Or Samuels, I meant.
Trying to establish wrist control when he gets to his feet. 44 seconds left in the period. Carthen with a 4-0 lead. Carthen doing a good job of breaking his man down. Every time Samuels even thinks about trying to stand up, Carthen drops him to the mat.
Potentially dangerous. I thought Samuels in a little bit of trouble there for a minute.
Well, he got his head turned, and that's why potentially dangerous was called.
Seconds left. Carthen's job now is just to keep Samuels down the rest of the period or try and turn him. He won't be letting him go. I'll tell you what, Voj, that's big. If Samuels can't continue, he'll win this match.
Injury time is running.
Did he give a point or just did injury time?
He gave a point.
It looked like he gave a point.
I thought he gave a point. I don't see it up on the board
I
yet.
didn't see it on the score. Maybe he was waving his finger. I didn't think it was a slam, but it looked like he put his finger up, and he did. Gave him a point. Maybe we can take a, I don't know if we got it, but well, let's take a look, Bud. You tell me, is this a slam?
Same trip, look at the trip. Trip, bang. Yeah, that's what's called.
I know that's what's called, but was that a slam?
If you trip a guy back to the mat like that, you got to bring him back safely.
Okay.
I don't care if you're tripping him or not. It's the same thing as picking him up in the air. When you get a guy in a standing position and you bring him back to the mat forcefully with a trip, you can get called. See if Dennis is questioning that over there.
Looked like he was trying to resist the trip, though. He
was trying to resist.
That's what happened.
He was trying to resist the trip, but if the man is in a standing position and you trip him and bring him down shoulder first, head first, you're going to get called.
Oh, 4-1, a big point. Samuels can get out. That'll be a real big point, Voj.
Well, I don't think Carthen is going to be doing anything in this match that would cause any more penalty points.
And that'll end the period, a 4-1 lead for Carthen. I'll tell you what, you gotta give Samuels some credit. He could have took the 6, Voj, easy 6. which would have been a 9 to 12 point swing.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see that happen.
Well, we didn't see it happen.
And I don't think you would see it happen.
Not here?
No.
Well, we start neutral, 4-1 lead Carthen. He's got to get some points here in a hurry for Delran. They need bonus points here.
And Samuel's job is to go out there and to try and frustrate the senior.
And neither wrestler's been hit with the stall call.
Carthen on
There's
the
a
attack.
warning.
There's a warning for Paulsboro. You have to circle out in the middle. You can't back off from the opponent. You've got to circle.
Samuel's trying to work his move and trying to trip Carthen. Carthen's got him on the line. Can he keep him, bring him in? That's 2. 6-1 lead. I think you're going to see him cut him here, Vogue.
You have to. You have to cut him at this point. And that's what the bench is telling Carthen to do. Cut him loose, take him down. Got a minute and 18 to work for a major decision. Freestyle start, 1 point escape.
Carthen again in on the shot and again in on the takedown. Right on the line again. 8 to 2. He's going to cut him again.
And what Samuels has to do when he gets cut loose here, he has to start circling in the middle. He can't let the man come charging right at him because Carthen's much too good to let him get away and get out of bounds.
If he takes him down now, Vogue, what's he do? Caution on top.
Relax.
Well, I think the next time he's going to get a takedown, he wants to try and get a takedown in the middle and take his opponent right to his back.
Right.
And see Samuels right away, he's backing away.
He's got to watch.
Now
they can hit him.
Now he turns.
No points.
Very close, but the right foot was out of bounds. What Samuels has to do here is get busy in the middle. He has to get motion.
It's Carthen getting that shot again. Samuels did a nice job that time.
Now, this is definitely a weight class. I know that Delran was looking for bonus points.
There's the 2. It's 10-3. They're going to have to let him go.
One more
10 to 4.
takedown would make it a major decision.
Samuels takes the shot. Lands awkwardly. Final 25 seconds. There's a warning and a point, and 2 points for the takedown. No 2 points for the takedown, or did he get it?
He gave 2 points for a takedown.
13-4, so now he's got the major.
Now it's 13-4. I think now they'll ask him to keep Samuels down to the mat for the last 20 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. Sort of like we saw with Lopez. Because if he gets out, no big deal, but he can try and put him on his back and get the 6. Wittenberg started things off with a pin. Lopez a 13-5 win. We're at 130. $16 seconds left. Trying to get him on his back. He's got him in trouble. Oh, nice job by Samuels.
Rolled through.
3.
Still, it's going to be a major decision.
Major decision for Andrew Carthen. 10-4 lead Paulsboro through 3 weight classes. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back at 135, Josh Klein for Paulsboro, Jake Sweezy for Delran.
All right, Sweezy of Delran, one of their big guns, a senior, 29-2 this year, 117 wins, 17 losses, a district champion in 2005 and 2006. First in the region and sixth in the state last year. 2 losses this year, one to Tyler Malonis of Jefferson, 3-1 in the 100 Central tournament, and Baldessaro of Delsey, 3-2. Josh Klein, just recently back in action. 1-1 this year, 24 wins in his varsity career, second in the district in 2005.
You see Sweezy trying to lock up Klein. Klein gets the escape. 2-1. Oh, he might get the takedown. Does he get it, Boch?
No takedown.
Sweezy coming into this match ranked 7th in the state. And he gets the takedown, and it's now 4-1.
Here again, you're dealing with a wrestler who has been in mat action all year. His opponent, this is his 3rd varsity match of the season. Definitely a big advantage to Sweezy in this bout. .15 seconds left in the opening period. Sweezy trying with a near side cradle. He arches him back. He can get back points. Back points are being counted.
We'll get 3 back points and take a 7-1 lead into the second. You know, Vogt, we just saw Carthen wrestle. And just to tell you how good he has a win over Wilcox. He beat Wilcox the other night in that Shalleck-Delran matchup.
1-3-8-1.
Yeah, no question. This is where Delran's strength lies, right in these middleweights. Klein gets extended as he goes for a single. Sweezy just moves his hips, grabs an ankle, spins around behind. If he frees his arm, he'll have an easy 2. Also a near side cradle.
He's going right for 5, Vogt. 2 and then some back points.
Still has a cradle on, so the back points aren't awarded yet. But he's got 3 in the can. Still got the cradle. Oh my. Oh my.
Got that one tight, Vogt.
Oh my.
That's a pin. And we're tied at 10. We'll go to 140. Ryan Hone and Jim Wiedemann.
Jim Wiedemann is senior, 22-2 this year. Second in the districts a year ago. Lost to a wrestler from Cinnaminson by a point. Lost to a wrestler from Thompson Reese in the 100 Central tournament. Ryan Hone, a senior, 17-12 this year. 49 career wins, 4th in the district a year ago.
And Wiedemann right in with that takedown.
Well, they're very aggressive here in the middle.
Well, we talked about this, Vogt, earlier. I mean, Delran can't afford to lose any matches in the middle.
Absolutely not. You see Wiedemann with a move that years ago was called double trouble. Lift the arm, drives the half. bars the arm, got Ryan Hone in a lot of trouble. Ryan Hone trying to roll through it.
Two back points.
Two back points. Joe says Wiedemann is in control because he's got that leg. Hone cannot get any points without getting away from that leg.
4-0 lead.
Now Hone has to explode off the bottom. Turns in, countered right away by Wiedemann. These are the weight classes where Delran is definitely looking for bonus points.
You know, we talked about all those seniors. That's a pretty good core of seniors that Delran has that they're going to be losing. Look at the records of these guys.
Very impressive records. This is not the first time that Paulsboro and Delran have wrestled. They did wrestle 4 times during the dual meet season in years past.
Saw one of those matches. Brett Motter wrestled Jason Brown votes.
Right here in this gymnasium.
Yep.
Of course, Paulsboro won all 4 of those matches, so Delran has never beaten Paulsboro. They feel they have a legitimate shot tonight. Dennis Smith said going in that he felt his team was up against a truly tough team, but he said, we have a chance. Just need everything to go our way. We're unbeaten, so it's exciting. We're looking forward to the challenge. So far, they're standing up to the challenge.
Home starts the second period on top. He trails 4-0.
And what he has to do, he says, have to not only keep his man's hips to the mat, but has to start working patiently to set some kind of a pinning combination. Wiedemann up to his feet.
Might get a reversal here. Nope. Delran wants at least one. I think I'm going to get one. Roberts and Reynolds conferring. Gives me escape.
After Reynolds consulted with Ron Roberts, that was the correct call to give an escape. Puts Ryan Hone in a 5-0 hole. Has to come up with some kind of a takedown situation here.
Wiedemann with the takedown in the 7-0 lead.
All Wiedemann did was control Hone's head and spin behind.
Well, there's a reversal for Hone, and it's 7-2.
Now Hone has to break the man's hips to the mat and then set up some kind of a combination where he can try and turn the man and expose his back. Doesn't want to loosen up on the out of bounds line because that's a lot of times you can give up an escape or a reversal right in that position. 7-2. Wiedemann of Delran in the lead with 27 seconds remaining in the second period. Goes to a waist and ankle to try and break his man down.
Key for Hone, Vogeding, not to give any points here late in the period.
Absolutely.
Keep it 7-2. Of course, you can get some back points. That'd be nice for Paulsboro. Of course, Wiedemann, his job here is to try and get out or get a reversal.
Belly down or get to his feet, trying to escape.
Nice job by Hone, 7-2.
And Wiedemann will take a 7-2 lead into that third period.
Interesting to see what Hone does, or Wiedemann does here. Starts on the bottom.
Now Home breaks the man down. Now this is a position here where he has to keep the man's hips to the mat, try and work some kind of a combination. Again, he's got to keep the man on the mat.
Home's doing a nice job trying to bring Wiedemann back.
And gets
Wiedemann
a
looking for that line.
warning.
We go back to the center. After trailing 7-0 early, Home's fighting back a little bit, Coach. Little injury time.
See Dennis Smith, the head coach of Delran, come out in the mat, and one of his assistants, that's Mike Jackson, also out there. Jim Perry, the other assistant, and of course the trainer from Paulsboro, Chris Metzger.
I'd like to bring this up a lot. All the great wrestling that we've had here in South Jersey, it's how many national champions have we had in college? Brett Motter obviously comes to mind because we're seeing Delran, and I remember him being a national champion in college. It's pretty hard to be a national champion. Are you surprised, though, the last 20, 25 years that he's been the only one?
Well, it's very difficult. As good as the suitors were, and we had All-American status with both Jason and Matt.
And Pat Lynch and things like that. I mean, South Jersey as a whole, I mean,
extremely hard at that next level.
Division I is really hard, folks.
Very.
In the junior college and the NAIA, we've had them, but Division I, Brett Motter's the last one.
And of course, Dennis Smith, all the years he's been coaching, he's had 2 individuals win state titles, but they both won 2 state titles. That's Brett Motter, who you mentioned, who went on to become a national champion at University of Pennsylvania, and Bill Duff, the heavyweight, who ended up going to University of Tennessee for football and playing pro football.
Paulsboro fans looking for stalling. There's the point.
Call.
7-3. And once again, we go back to the middle.
Could be that Ryan Hone just got in too deep a hole to start the match, because of 49 seconds ago, he's trailing by 4 points. And when the man out there in the bottom doesn't want to get pinned, that's almost like 14 points.
Final 30 seconds.
Wiedemann saying just active enough on the bottom. He can afford to give up a stall. He can afford to stall twice.
There's
Still
another one.
In the match.
7-4. Wiedemann's going to hold on and win this match, Voj. But I'll tell you what, no bonus points, and I think Delran actually thought they were going to get some bonus points, especially when they were up in this match 7-0 at one time.
No question. No question about that.
13-10, Delran.
Delran takes the lead.
As we get ready for 145 pounds.
145 pounds. Sully and Gentile.
Anthony Sully and Jimmy Gentile.
Anthony Sully, a sophomore, 25 wins, 3 losses this year. His opponent, also a sophomore, Jimmy Gentile, 13-7 this year, 20 career wins. And this is where someone has to step up and stop the bleeding for Paulsboro.
Gentile 2 big wins in the last 2 weeks, both against Andrew Hesser
of Haddonfield. And that's a big confidence booster.
And a lot of people may have thought it was a fluke, Voj. I mentioned this on our wrestling show, but then he came back and beat him 10-1, 11-1 the other day.
Yes, there was no fluke. Hesser's a good wrestler, but when Gentile puts his mind to it, he can go with anybody out there. Sully in on the leg. Gentile has to get a real hard crossface. Can't let Sully spin around behind him with his hips.
Sully can just take his time though, Vogeding. Work his takedown. He's going to get it right there.
Walk it right around. That's all he did was walk it around.
2-0 lead.
Now Gentile has to get his head up and try and hit a good move. Sully, on the other hand, just can't lay right on top and ride parallel either. Looks like he wants to throw the legs in if Gentile raises his hips. Gentile up to his base. "30 seconds to go in the period. Gentile wants to try and come up with at least 1 point before the period ends. Stalemate is called. Very, very close to a stalling call there, because when you're on top like that and you ride parallel, you have to be showing some kind of a move to try and turn the man. Then tries to stand up, tries to roll through. Got to be careful not to expose his own back.
We're going to end the period, 2-0 lead, Sully.
Gentile has a choice and chooses the neutral position, even though he was taken down in the first period. So you got to go where your confidence is.
Sully gets the shot this time.
Again, same thing he did last time, get in on the leg. Gentile trying to step over, you got to be careful with that. Against a mediocre wrestler or an average wrestler, that step over move a lot of times will work. Sully stays persistent and gets another takedown.
4-0 lead.
You gotta go to still do something. Let's go.
Stall warning. Agree with that?
Because he's riding parallel. Let's watch what he's doing on top. He's riding parallel on top. Here goes the coach talking to the official.
Let's stall.
We have a Turk ride. It's a pinning combination. You're not giving us any chance.
What's your question? What are you questioning? What are you
Since when
questioning?
does a Turk ride assault?
Since when he's not working up with it.
Working up with it.
You're down.
Ron Roberts, the official, gives whatever explanation he was giving.
Yeah, I couldn't hear that, but I'm sure he was giving something.
Yes. Evidently he was telling the wrestler that you've got to work up because he can't sit in that same position. Here he is again, he's on top, but he's got a half in there, so he's got some kind of a semblance of trying to work a move where he can turn his opponent over.
Gentile's got to make a move on the bottom to try and get out too, Bo.
Yeah, he's up to his base now. He has to show that he can come up to his base and try and make some kind of a move. Sully just draping right over him, putting all his body weight on Gentile.
Potentially dangerous.
Gentile has to explode with a good move here, a good first move. Tries to roll through, and against an average wrestler, that would work. Against a good wrestler, you got to set that move up. And it did not work against Sully.
Warning red.
Warning against Paulsboro. Gentile hit for stalling. From 130 to 189, all seniors except for Sully, Voj.
Yep. Entering the final period, Sully with a 4-0 lead. And I'm sure, well, I thought he would take bottom, but he's done so well on top. That's a smart thing to do, take the top.
Or why not take
Caution, green.
When I'm on your
Caution
feet
on
too,
green.
Boge. I mean, he's got a couple takedowns.
Set. Go ahead.
That would have seemed like logically, either take the bottom and get off, get the one and go for two, since he's got 2 takedowns. But he also has pretty much contained Gentile on the bottom.
Yeah, but you need bonus points. So basically what you got to do is you got to turn him. You can't cut him because you're giving away a free point.
Yeah, Gentile trying to get a Peterson move here. But Sully, again, is expecting it and counters it. So he's got Gentile's arm trapped pretty solidly there. Gentile trying to battle inside, trying to get his arms around the legs, switches off to a double, back to a single, trying to drive, just missed the half.
Yeah, slipped on that move, trying to go for the 4 or 5 before he got to 2.
Right, got to get the 2 first.
We're back to where we are, except for Paulsboro. At least they killed 1 minute and 11 seconds off the clock.
Oh yeah. Now, Sully has every answer so far. No matter what Gentile has tried, Sully has had the answer. Here again, you're dealing with a wrestler in Sully who's wrestled 28 times this year. Gentile has wrestled 20 times. That's 8 more times on the mat in a varsity uniform. 23 seconds to go. Gentile needs a big 4 or 5 point move in a hurry. Sully does not have to give up a thing.
Caution
Second
against Delran.
caution. Second caution.
Gentile trying to pop out, but he might be in a little bit of trouble. No back points.
Sully doing a great job of blocking that arm from getting up into a half and ends up winning the match 4-0.
17-10. I'll tell you what, they expected more than 6 points out of the last 2 weight classes. We'll be right back. Back at Paulsboro High School, Paulsboro trailing Delran 16-10, 152 pounds. We started at 119, Voge. Go ahead.
Started at 119 and we're 152. For Delran, it's Vinny Camiso, the tested senior, who is a 3-time district runner-up, second in Region 7 last year. Only a 12-2 record this year because he's been injured better part of half the season. Has over 100 career wins, 105 career wins. He lost in the finals of the Pine Barrens tournament by injury default. His other loss was to the outstanding freshman from Eastern, Preston Kiefer. Jeff Hamilton, a senior, 15-8 this year, 87 career wins, a 3-time district finalist, 2-time district champion, and a regional runner-up last year. So Dennis Smith choosing to go with a veteran here. His team is on a roll with a 16-10 lead. Wants to try and get more points.
One thing I noticed, though, about Hamilton, Voge, when he doesn't win, he does keep his matches close. He didn't give up big points against Winston. So he tends to keep the matches close. And if you're Delran, you need big points.
Well, you need big points.
I think they have to be disappointed at the last 2 weight classes that they didn't pick up any bonus points.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. The only time I've seen Hamilton be completely out of a match this year was in a Council Rock tournament when he got pinned in that tournament to remove him from any kind of wrestleback possibilities. 1 round before the wrestlebacks, so he could not place in that tournament. But the thing that's mystifying about Hamilton is that we've seen him wrestle for 4 years now, and as a sophomore and as a junior, he was just a terror on his feet on the mat. Very few people could stop his takedowns. This year he's a lot more tentative and is not unleashing the kind of speed and power he showed the last 2 years.
Well, we're scoreless after the first period. Definitely a plus for Paulsboro. Hamilton's choice. which could come up to be a big factor at the end of this match. He takes bottom.
And he's got to get out in a hurry because Camiso, again, is a veteran. Only 2 losses this year.
Hamilton with the stand-up, trying to get out. Faces Camiso.
Again, he's got to cross-face hard, keep that ankle, try and free his leg off that grip right there.
He can get a reversal right here,
behind.
and he got it.
There's the 2.
2-0 lead.
Unfortunately, one of Hamilton's strong points is not in riding. I mean, this is a good time to recover those old skills of keeping the man on the mat. But a lot of times this year we've seen him get on top of his opponent and pretty much cut him loose. It's a kind of a time here where you want to drive the man flat to the mat, try and set up a Hamilton ride or some kind of a favorite pin combination. Again, he countered that move off of Camiso on the bottom by keeping his man down. But again, you see he's getting out perpendicular, which takes away the parallel ride on top. Camiso tries to crunch up.
We'll go back to the center with 46 seconds left. Coach, key for Paulsboro obviously is to take a big lead going into that last weight class. As talented as Joey Duke is as a sophomore, that's a lot of pressure for as a freshman. It's a lot of pressure going against a kid who's a senior who placed in the States last year. So you want to take that pressure off of him.
Right, won a regional title and placed in the States. So you're absolutely correct. You know, Delran with the early lead, and where the match started, we kind of figured this would be the position that Paulsboro would be in at this point. But now you have to stop the bleeding, and you have to start scoring some bonus points of your own. I think right here, Paulsboro would settle for just a regular decision. I don't think they're looking for bonus points here. They're looking for a win.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Delran was expecting more than 16 points for these last 4 weights. Stalemate. Nice job by Hamilton, Votes. We talked about him not riding that much this year, but he's doing a great job now. And of course, key is to hold on these last 13 seconds because Camiso will have his choice in the third.
You don't want to give up late points if you can help it. See, he's got to drive his man flat here. The man got into a sitting position, so you want to stretch him out.
Nice job by Hamilton. He'll take the 2-0 lead into the third. Camiso will have his choice.
Almost vintage Hamilton to an extent in that period.
As you talked about, Camiso just 1 loss on the mat, the other one an injury to fall. And that Kiefer's a pretty good wrestler, Vogue.
No question.
He's 1 loss.
For a freshman, he's doing very well this year.
For a senior, he's doing very well. I mean, he's not a senior, but I'm saying for anybody.
Oh, sure.
Third period.
Hamilton again trying to keep his man flat to the mat. He's got to, again, to be careful not to get caught in a parallel ride situation. Has to chop his man down, follow him, then kind of get out to the side, pull the arm back through. You know, a ride that was made pretty famous by the Hamilton clan at this school was what they call the Hamilton ride, which is a North Jersey ride where they pull the wrist through, take it back through the legs, try and lift and drive a half.
See Reynolds looking in close. You might get a warning here with that face on the mat, Vogue. For Camiso, there's the warning.
Yep.
Hamilton, this is the best I've seen him wrestle all year.
Against a good wrestler, sure. This is a situation where he is wrestling somebody that's good, and he's being asked to do something that's very difficult to do against a good wrestler, and that's keep the man down on the mat.
Of course, still plenty of time, 1:03.
No question. Yeah, you can't relax. Camiso tries to go into a sit-out situation.
Of course, Camiso really has to be active on the bottom. He's already been hit 1 time. You don't want to go down 3-0 this late in the match.
No.
And he's down on the mat, and Hamilton just doing a great job. He's got to try and work something there.
Well, again, he's getting out perpendicular, which kind of frees him up a little bit. The official looking at the bottom wrestler, are you making any attempt to get back to your base?
Stalemate. There's about 800 officials that don't agree with that call.
Well, and they have cadet classes for all those experts. I don't think they're overwhelmed with applications.
No, that's what I said, Bud. Yeah, we talked about that before. Plenty of openings to be a wrestling official, and I see we got a lot of people that could do the job here tonight, or think they could. Nice move by Hamilton.
Great job just following his wrestler. I mean, he's doing what he has to do out there. They needed a win in this weight class against an accomplished, strong wrestler, and this is a big win for Hamilton.
5 seconds, 3-0 lead. They got another stall point, not another. 3-0 win for Hamilton. And I'll tell you, that's a devastating blow to Delran. Losing that match hurts Delran a lot more than Paulsboro if they would have lost it.
No question about that.
(16-13) now.
And we're at the halfway point. And Delran won 4 of the first 7 bouts.
167. Charles DeYoung.
Well, Charles DeYoung, Vog, he's got 28 matches under his belt, a senior.
He's a senior. He is 22-6 this year. Of course, Mike Cunchinata is having a superb year, a senior, 27-4, 49 career wins. So if he wins tonight, that'll be his 50th career win, which is quite an accomplishment for somebody who didn't get a full-time start in the varsity ranks till last year, and that was up a weight class.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, bro. He went 171 last year.
Yes. There's a couple wrestlers on the Paulsboro team that just have superb work ethics, and Cunchinata is one of them. Runs in the morning, runs in the evening. Probably did more wrestling in the off season than virtually anybody else on the team, save maybe Eric Dunnett. But he has dedicated himself. Hasn't even stopped losing a couple front teeth this year, slowing down. Cunchinata in on the legs.
Nobody's even got a takedown. Can't get back points.
Hamilton, Cunchinata's used this before, where he'll trap the arm and then grab the leg and try and sit through on it and get a takedown and maybe back points. Quickly approaching 45 seconds in the opening period, no score. This is the point in the meet where Paul Marina has expected his team to pick up the tempo.
Cunchinata trying to grab that leg and try and steal a point towards the end of the period. Got the 2.
With 20 seconds to go, so good move by Cunchinata.
Interesting comment after that last match by the Paulsboro fans yelling across to the other side, to the Delran fans. Warm up the bus.
How cruel. Switch attempt, countered by Cunchinata. Take him back to the mat, or he get called for stalling. There it is.
There's a warning.
Stalling warning.
Cunchinata will take the 2-0 lead into the second period.
What wrestlers have to understand is that when they get behind the man in a neutral position, they have to make every attempt to get him back to the mat.
Vog, I'm looking up against the wall. We have a couple standout athletes standing up against the wall under the scoreboard where the lineups are. We have a Wing Bowl champion next to a South Jersey Touchdown Club Player of the Year, Dan Green and Mark Vogeding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of course, Mark Vogeding is a special ed teacher at the high school and an assistant coach in softball and girls basketball.
Oh, look at that.
Dan Green is the business administrator, first year here at Paulsboro High School, former All-South Jersey football player at Deptford High School.
Was the backup quarterback on the Herschel Walker team that lost to Penn State for the national championship.
Cunchinata trying to get out of that leg ride. Cunchinata does some funky things out there.
But you can see his mind working there, Vog. There he's got the reversal.
Right. And he tried to lean back there, and I've seen him actually pin an opponent that year in that lean back move. But you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, if you slip grabbing that head, you're going to go on your back.
Absolutely.
You can see him working it now.
All right, he's got the lace in there, liner lace in there.
The young in trouble,
Oh my,
Vogue.
oh my, reverse half, oh my, oh brother, oh my.
40 seconds.
Oh my. They want to switch off to a regular half. Here comes the regular half. He's got to sink it deep. That's not nearly as deep as it should be. Oh my.
Nice shot by Kuch.
Oh
Moving over.
my.
15 seconds.
Oh my.
The young doing a great job, Boats, fighting this off. He's going to fight it
Absolutely.
off another second. He's going to get out of the period. He'll be trailing 7-0. But this is what Delran had to fear, Boats, without picking up a lot of points in the middle.
Slow down, let's go.
You hit these weight classes for Paulsboro,
Yeah, let's go.
you better have a big lead. I mean, Phillipsburg felt it, trailing behind 30-0. There you can see Dan Green on the left. Deptford High School standout player, now the business administrator, Mark Vogt. And Pandolfo, wasn't he a lineman of the year touchdown club?
Jimmy Pandolfo is an outstanding lineman here at Paulsboro, and now assistant principal in the high school.
And Vogeding with that Wing Bowl trophy. Tell you what, some hardware over there, Vogt.
Oh yeah.
Cuccinati again, we'll see how he works the bottom. You talked about some funky moves. He's trying that same move again.
Yep. And what he's got to do here is
Look at that, he did it again. He's going to lock him up
got
this
the
time.
got the half. He just has to drive the half deep. Drive the half deep, lift up on the head. Got perfect body position. Oh my. Oh my.
There's the pin.
Brother.
Paulsboro takes the lead, 19-16.
Oh my. 4:35 was the time of that fall. It doesn't get any easier for Delran. There he goes. Watch him sit back in his position. Reaches back. I've seen him pin opponents that way, but watch him turn his hips. Turns his hips. There's the half right there. Drives the half and makes no mistake.
171 pounds. Anthony Rosner.
Anthony Rosner and Zach Greenwald.
Anthony Rosner, a senior, 12 wins and 4 losses this year, also missed part of the season with injuries. His opponent, a very impressive freshman, starting linebacker in the football team, freshman Zach Greenwald, 26-5 this year. And this is exactly what Paul Marino wants at this point. He wants his guys challenging and trying to get some bonus points.
Rosner with the takedown.
Ill-advised shot by Greenwald. He extended himself a little bit too much. Going to see perpetual motion though from Greenwald. He doesn't stop moving too much out there. Gets the escape. Well, didn't get the escape. He's going to go right in and get
a reversal. 2-2.
Hard to believe the redhead's a freshman.
Some of the Paulsboro crowd.
Well, they saw a slight separation, but never enough separation to get the 1 point. That's why you just ended up with the 2.
There's some of the officials there, Vogues. We just got a shot of. One of those Paulsboro fans.
And what Greenwald likes to do a lot of times, he likes to get wrist control when he's on top, slide the half in, and work his man over, but he's got to be careful not to rush it.
I like most of his matches this year going up against juniors and seniors, another senior.
Yeah, I would venture to say his 5 losses this year are all to senior wrestlers. And we mentioned before, when you're wrestling 171 pounds, that 2 years and 3 years of physical and mental maturity sometimes can be disruptive.
And we saw that, Vogue, in the McCauley match.
Yes.
In the Tri-County Colonial Showcase. 17 seconds left. But, you know, we had a chance to see McCauley the other night. I mean, he's no run-of-the-mill 71-pounder. He's a very good wrestler.
Without a question. I would not be surprised to see him in the Region 8 finals this year. Only gets tougher from here on out.
Oh, you know, Voj, no guppies. I think they're just sharks. A wise man once told me. So we'll go to the second period, tied at 2.
Zach Walls had the choice. He deferred to Delran. Delran wrestler Rossner takes the bottom. Here again, if you're going to give up that choice in the second period, you have to break the man down, set up a good pinning combination, try and earn back points. Greenwald trying to bar the arm behind the back, but in order to do that, you got to keep the other man's hips down on the mat, or you're risking a reversal or an escape. Greenwald going from side to side.
Looks like he has Rossner a little frustrated on bottom.
Well, Rossner is not quite sure where he's coming from next because he's first on the left, then he's on the right. The bench mentioning and motioning to Rossner, he's got to get at least 1 point, so they're pleading for him to explode off the bottom to get an escape. Once again, Greenwald breaking the man down. That's his primary responsibility, break the man down. Under a minute to go in the second period. Get a stalling warning against Delran. Once again, Greenwald trying to throw the half in. Out of bounds they go.
37 seconds left. We have a timeout here. I don't know, it's a blood timeout or just an injury timeout?
The way the official is pointing to the mat, I think a blood timeout.
Remind everybody, Voj, every Wednesday, because we have a time change on our High School Sports Report Wrestling Edition. We talk high school wrestling Wednesday at 7:30 and 10 o'clock. I believe right before us, I don't even know, I guess they'll let me know, but we do have the basketball show also. I'm not sure when that runs. I think it's probably, I'm sure it took our place. So, took our place, Voj. We can even talk high school basketball Tuesday at 7 and 10. And
I can't wait to see it.
Well, this Paulsboro team, obviously, Voj, doing well in both sports. So you might want to tune in and talk a little basketball. But we talk wrestling Wednesdays, 7:30, Thursdays at 10.
And of course, upcoming a very busy end of the year schedule with the state group championships coming up on Sunday. We'll be reviewing that in the next show, along with what to expect in the district championships. And of course, the district championships are the very first step towards the individual state championships down in Atlantic City. Got to place among the top 3 in the district.
I'm the one that everybody
advance
hates.
to the region, and top 3 in the region to advance to the states.
And maybe a little bit we'll get our website up. So people always ask when something's on, they can just go to our website. Great stuff on that website. Interviews from old matches and basketball games and clips from my own Paulsboro even, Voj. We'll get that website up there in a little bit. 34 seconds left, second period, 2-2 match. Rossner with an early takedown, Greenwald with the reversal, and then Greenwald on top here in the second.
And of course, if he was in the collegiate ranks, he'd be piling up a lot of riding time.
And what he has piled up is a stall warning against Rossner, which could come into effect. Delran coaching staff pleading for Rossner to explode off the bottom. 17 seconds to do it.
Again, Greenwald countering an attempted switch attempt by driving his man back down to the mat.
That's how the period's going to end, so Greenwald will probably take bottom, which he does. And Rossner's just going to let him go.
What it looks like.
Of course, Rossner with that stall warning, he's going to have to come right at Greenwald. Obviously trailing by a point, he's going to have to.
Well, you're dealing with a veteran here in Rossner, who's a senior. He wants to make Greenwald maybe get over anxious and make a mistake.
There you go, get back there. Shut your mouth.
What Greenwald has to do is get perpetual motion out there. Can't let his head be controlled.
Rossner grabs the leg. I don't know if he's got enough room. Nice job turning Greenwald back, but Greenwald's a nice position to try and maybe spin around. He'll run out of room. Paulsboro losing Silvestro and Hester, but not many teams are going to feel bad for Paulsboro's upper weights because they have obviously Greenwald and Hodges coming back. Got some pretty good kids coming in, and
Casey Grimes has been impressive this year a couple times on the JV level and hasn't lost a varsity match this year. Sure he'll be in the mix next year, and Nicky Curl, Tom Curl's younger brother, will be a freshman next year. So a lot of anticipation, but this is the year to enjoy what these seniors have accomplished over the last 4 years.
Greenwald taking a shot. Look at that, Vogt. Nice takedown on the line. 5-2 lead. A lot of points on the line tonight, too, for both teams.
Yep, that's persistent. You have to remember where you are and what you can do. And of course, that move there are many a ball carrier out in the football field that felt that Greenwald takedown when they were carrying the ball this past fall. Rossner's got to be careful in the bottom because if he grabs the Greenwald's wrist and doesn't make any attempt to come up off the bottom, he'll get called for stalling.
Might get the warning. You might get the call there, Vogt. I thought you might have got it. 17 seconds.
Worked up to his base. Once you work up to your base, it's going to help you out. But what Greenwald doesn't want to do, he doesn't want to do something silly here.
Now with 5 seconds left. He has a 5-2 lead, Vogt. He's going to hold on. 2 seconds left. Extend Paulsboro's lead to 22-16. As you look at some of the big matchups we have coming up, though, 215, Max Larson, just a junior, coming in 29-1, going up against Silvestro, who has 1 loss. 5-2 win Greenwald, 22-16 Paulsboro.
Here we go at 189 pounds.
189 pounds. Brett Ebel, Gerald Hodges.
Brett Ebel, a senior from Delran with 21 wins this year, 21-6. He's facing Paulsboro's sophomore quarterback, Gerald Hodges, who was after a quick takedown. 25-2 this year, 31 career wins, and this is a special athlete.
3-second takedown, Vogt. I was writing down my notes. I just heard a thump.
It's interesting, this young man has an abundance of athletic.
Look at that. Almost had him right on his back. 4-1. Folks, remember last week when we did the West Deptford match, I said you should see Clyde Folsom's face because I said I could see him. Clyde came over to me after that match and said, have you ever seen a body on a high school athlete like that?
Yep.
Very impressed. I said, Clyde, I said, as good as you are in football, nobody's feeling sorry for you having to face him in the next 2 years. 4-2 lead, Hodges.
And of course, again, trying to set up some kind of a move where he could take his opponent right to the mat on his back.
Here we go, Vogt. Takedown right off the whistle.
Boom,
Look at
right
that.
in on a single grab and ankle pick. How many times have I told you about that is a nice takedown. Get that ankle. Well, Hodges has to be careful here because he doesn't want his head controlled and the man spinning behind him. Stalemate.
Ebel does have 21 wins. Does he get it? No points. He's confirmed with Reynolds. No points.
Well, I think right there he may have anticipated. I don't know if Hodges stepped on the line before the throw, but he certainly had control when they landed on the mat.
Hodges will take the 4-2 lead into the second. Delran to first, Paulsboro's choice, and Hodges takes neutral. Why not? He's a couple takedowns.
Two first period takedowns and one on the line that he missed where he would have had his opponent in jeopardy with back points.
There's a warning on Ebel.
Easy.
I heard hardwood there, Bo.
Ebel's probably thinking to himself right now, what am I doing out here?
Only down by 2. A takedown ties it, but there's that ankle pick. But he hooked onto that ankle. Almost got the takedown. He went after that ankle off the whistle again, just missed it.
Yep. And of course, as he tried to bring him back in, he stepped on the line, which nullifies anything following that.
Chris Hodges just stays active. He's already got the warning against Ebel.
And he doesn't want to take any ill-advised shots out there, because when you are wrestling a senior who's wrestled as many times as Ebel has this year, you do something foolish, you could end up in trouble on your back.
Go back to the center. Saw Hodges looking to see where he was on the mat, trying to circle back in.
Yes. You always have to have good mat awareness. Ebel takes the shot. Hodges bench, encouraging him to try and cross-face and spin behind.
And he does and gets the takedown. 6-2 lead.
Oh my. Oh, I thought he was going to reach that half in and turn him right inside.
He's got to work again, Ebel back in. Or he's going to run out of space, and he does. 6-2 lead, 13 seconds left. Paulsboro leads 22-16 at 189 pounds. We started tonight at 119.
Stay down, Green. Stay down.
See, there's where you have to give Ebel credit, because his mat awareness takes him to that out-of-bounds side.
Good.
So he knows what he has to do to stay out of trouble.
It'll be interesting. Ebel has his choice in the third period, what he takes, folks. He's been taken down 3 times.
And he trails 6-2.
He's going to take top. Might as well take a shot, right?
He hasn't fared well on his feet, so how long can he hold Hodges down and maybe try and work some kind of a pin combination?
Look at that.
Good
nice.
hips.
Oh,
Good hips.
absolutely.
Good hips.
8-2 Hodges.
with a mat awareness of where he was and just threw his hips right over the man's body, gets a reversal. Now he's trying to bar the arm. You want to break him down to the mat. Grabs the far wrist.
Potentially dangerous.
Here's the hips coming right over.
Yeah.
Watch his hips. High in the air, over, reversal. And where you were saying,
Gotta watch it more. There's this point right there, Vogue.
where you were saying Delran was looking for bonus points in those matches where they were favored. I'm sure this is what Paulsboro was looking for in these upper weights, more than just a decision.
Hodges needs another point.
Man's pretty much just trying to stay out of trouble right now.
Well, he can't afford to get hooked for stalling because that'll be an 8-point win or lead. There's a point.
Oh my!
And then he let him go. He didn't realize it. I guess he let him go and gave up the point. He's got to get a takedown in the next 5 seconds.
There
He got it right at the 2 seconds, Boach. Wow. But the whistles, the clocks.
After you had no stall call, did you get the
I guess they
neutral?
went out.
Yes. Yeah, you're down.
12-3, so how about that? Almost cost Hodges a point there.
Yes.
To be honest with you, I think he was letting him go
He was.
as they gave the stall point.
Yep. But that's a 4-point win.
26-16, we'll be right back. There we go, 26-16. Paulsboro leads. Alex Silvestro and Max Larson.
Max Larson, a junior from Delran, 29-1 this year. His only loss was in the Pine Barrens, where he lost to a wrestler from Heightstown 10-5. Alex Silvestro, a senior, 29-1 this year, 123-15 in his career. First in the district, second in the region, fourth in the state last year. His only loss was in the finals of that Council Rock tournament.
And a takedown for Silvestro. Two to one.
Good test for Silvestro going into the weekend, because if they meet David Brearley in the finals of State Group 1, they have a very accomplished 215-pounder who was the Newark Star Ledger's Wrestler of the Week 2-3 weeks ago.
Jesse Boyden. I think they wrestled once or twice last year, Silvestro beating him. Or last year, yeah.
Here again, when you're trying to go after the wrestler and he's on the out-of-bounds line, you have to know where you are, and he just ran out of room.
Silvestro in on that leg.
Going to walk it around. If he walks it around, he'll get a takedown.
Well, we have enough time. 2 seconds left. He'll run out of time. Got it right at the buzzer, Vogue. That's stealing the points. I believe he got that, Vogue.
Yes.
I could see the clock right in our view. He got it, and they gave it to him. 4-1 lead. They're the points you hate giving up that late in the period. Larson will choose bottom.
Of course, Larson has wrestled 215 and heavyweight this year, so I think he weighed in probably around 214 pounds.
He's in trouble right now, Vogue.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Knows what to do, though. He had near side cradle. He rolled right through it.
No back.
Oh, my. I don't believe that. Silvestro thought he had to.
Yeah.
But the man that counted in a striped shirt said, no, you didn't.
He's working again.
Oh, my.
Right on the line. He'll get a count here.
Silvestro
He'll go out. He'll get 2. It's 6-1.
Silvestro was trying to turn him in. Silvestro grabbing that far ankle, trying to turn him in, go with the near side cradle. Doesn't even get the cradle, just trying to body press and use the half. Oh, my.
Nothing. Got 2. Gave him 2. 8-1.
Larson, sensing danger, gets to his base as quickly as he can to avoid more back points. Silvestro wants to pick that near side leg up. Oh, my.
Potentially dangerous.
Yep. The knee doesn't go that way.
Well, you look at Delran, the bubble burst, I think, at 152 with that win by Hamilton, 3-0 over Camiso. After losing 4 straight, Hamilton, like you said, stopped the bleeding. It's been Paulsboro ever since.
And of course, I think what they were looking for in this bout was, again, more team points, but
it's a reversal, and it's 8-3. And as Paulsboro picks up, Silvestro picks up a point, 9-3, we go to the third.
And Silvestro will have choice, and I'm sure he'll take the defensive position.
Silvestro,
10-3. Easy escape. Given to him.
Silvestro like a takedown to pick up an extra team point for Paulsboro.
The regular decision right now, but it's in on the legs. If he walks it up, there's the takedown.
Now 12-3.
Major decision. I'm sure the team would like to have a tech fall or a pin.
Yeah, but he is going up against a guy that's 29-1.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that easy. Not that easy.
12-4, 8 points, still differential.
And the only loss that Larson has was a decision, a regular decision loss.
Silvestro in again on that leg, and another takedown.
Again, near side half. Larson rolls right through.
It's 14-4, and the escape, 14-5. Remember that showcase, folks, wasn't it? Silvestro picked Cody Berry up and put him on his back from a takedown position, I believe.
Yes, in the very last 30 seconds of the match.
Larson trying to spin around, he got 2, second time. Picked up a couple points, it's now 14-7 now. Guess he didn't realize he should not have let him go, coach.
Yeah.
15-8, all he had to do was hold on for 15 seconds. So Sylvester with a 15-7 win. 4 more for Paulsboro. It's 36-16. Well, they win here, Voj. They clinch it.
And chances are Paulsboro's a heavy favorite in this bout because this is Demetrius Hester coming out against Andy Grob.
No, it isn't, Voj. We have a change.
Okay.
It is Carthen. I'll get his first name. Yeah, Adam Carthen. And he's going right to his back. This is what I'm talking about. Bang.
Oh, my.
Hester doesn't want to waste any time, does he?
Nope.
Oh, he's solid. Paulsboro wins another South Jersey Group 1 championship. 22nd pin for Hester. Rob came in real light, Voj. The guy that we thought was going to wrestle heavyweight, he weighed in at 216. Carthen weighed in at 279, but Hester doesn't like to be on Channel 5 too much this year, Voj, because he doesn't waste a whole lot of time when we come into the matches. Look at that.
No, he doesn't.
Just like I showed him, Voj. Robinson and Dunnett, 103.
Robinson, a freshman, 14-12 this year. Eric Dunnett, after being sidelined a big part of the season with an injury, is a sophomore who's now 11-0 with 43 career wins. First in the district, first in the region, and 6th in the state last year.
Okay, we'll see if he, and watch Dunnett, man. He likes to use his legs, Voj. He's got that leg in there, and he's picking up some back points right now.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of times we'll see him switch off to a figure 4 in the head, but that time he's got a conventional half
Oh, look at
in
this.
there. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Another pin.
43
seconds, yeah. 42-16. Now we got Hughes and Duca, Voj, and I think this is a good test for Duca.
Excellent test for
Getting
Duca.
ready, when you're getting ready for this time of year, the playoffs, and look at this move. Here's Dunnett finishing off Robinson.
Just gets the near side half, has the legs laced, rolls him right over.
Hughes and Duca.
Dan Hughes, a senior for Delran, 29-2. First in the district, first in the region, and 8th in the state last year. His only 2 losses this year to the same wrestler, A.J. Fisher of Lower Cape May.
And Fisher's ranked 8th in the state at 112.
Joe Duca, a freshman, 23-7 this year in his first varsity season.
Hughes with the takedown, 2-0 lead. Saw Duca pick up a nice win against Caesar Rodney. Didn't he beat a state place winner or state champ against Caesar Rodney?
State champion, I believe it was.
Right.
Yeah. But this is a tough test for him.
Sure.
I mean, potentially in a weight class that's going to have a lot of excellent talent in Region 8 this year.
Two nothing lead, 50 seconds left. Period number 1.
Duca trailing 2-0, and Dan Hughes giving him a lesson on the mat about how to keep your man on the mat.
Final match of the evening. Paulsboro leads 42-16. How many in a row, Voj? They've won every one.
28th consecutive South Jersey Group 1 championship. No other team has ever won that.
And they hold the national record for consecutive state championships.
Yes. They won that state title consecutively every year after the very first year was contested when they lost to Roselle Park in the finals.
And is sitting in your chair that night. Do you know who was doing color that night?
Who was doing color that night?
Stan Ritter, our director.
Wow.
Yeah.
2-0 Hughes with a safe lead, or an early lead.
Of course, back then, Vogue, they let anybody pick up a mic. I shouldn't say that. He does sign our invoices. Duca trying for a takedown.
And on the near side leg. Hughes with the overhook in there. As long as he keeps that overhook in, you can't get the takedown.
There's a stalemate.
Good job by Hughes throwing that overhook in.
Duca, nice spin around. He's going to get the takedown there. 2-2.
Good move by Duca. Good movement.
The senior against the freshman, and a senior who's a state place winner last year. Duca lets him go. 3-2 lead for Dan Hughes.
See, in your repertoire, this is what's so important about wrestling.
Yeah.
The top position. I mean, that was pretty much giving an escape away. You don't want to give away points, especially when you've already been taken down once. Now taken down twice and trailing 5-2. Well, I certainly think Duca has a bright future. He's a very, very hard worker.
Started the season what, Vogue? 119?
119.
That didn't last long. I think it only lasted a couple weeks, and they brought everybody down.
Everybody dropped, yeah, because Dunnett was supposed to wrestle 103 in that Brick Memorial Tournament, and he got hurt the night before. And we didn't see him until a couple matches back, rehabbing that ankle injury.
Well, head to the third period, used with the 5-2 lead.
Well, and this would be their 5th win if he holds on to win this one. And I think we said going in, I could see Delran winning 5 bouts, and that's what they're going to do if Hughes ends up winning this match.
And he has a 6-2 lead.
There again, if you're going to go anywhere in the regionals of the states, I think you have to have a move on top that you're comfortable with to hold the man down, much like Hamilton showed tonight. A lot of persistence in riding tonight.
I think that had to be the big thing for Paulsboro. I think, get Hamilton, some positive vibes going, and I think that win's going to help him.
No question, because the toughest part of the schedule is coming up with the state group championship at stake, and then defending your district championship, and then of course qualifying for the regionals in the states. Hughes driving.
See Hughes trying to go for the 2-2 right away.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Almost a stalemate situation.
And that'd be big for Duca to hold him off here and not give up anything. There's the 2. Roberts waiting to count the back points. Nothing yet, though.
Third different takedown by Hughes.
His lead is now 8-2. course, the 16 points, or the 19 points, I should say, that Paulsboro will let up tonight is the most they've let up since the Absegami match. Time counting down. 42-19 final score, Vogue. You know, we talked about it yesterday on our show. We talked about it today. You know, I thought maybe Delran could win 6. Paulsboro wins 9 out of 14. 42-19 the final. Any surprises for you?
No, I think where Paulsboro surrendered points, it was their most vulnerable part of the lineup, the middle part that's been kind of soft all year. 1 or 2 moves made there with late additions to the team late in the season, but they're still soft in the middle.
Well, Paulsboro's got some wrestling to do on Sunday, a couple matches. Hopefully for them, a couple matches, right, Vogue?
Well, I think they'll win their first one. They'll probably be seeded 3rd in the state. There's no question in my mind they'll get to the finals, and then they have to really step it up against probably David Brearley in the finals.
Final score, Paulsboro 42, Delran 19. For John Vogeding and the entire crew, I'm John Mondelli. We'll see you next time on Channel 5.